So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
That could be in her. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the playoffs here at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. We're in the early rounds of the playoffs, first round as a matter of fact, and we are in the men's division today for a game between Matthew Blandford out of Vancouver, British Columbia, and Reid Carruthers out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'm Jim Nix. I'll be doing the commentary on this one along with Connor Sims in production, looking after everything else except the mics. So Reid Carruthers coming into this sitting at 3-0. Matthew Blandford coming in at 2-1. These teams are in, as I said, we explained this the playoff system earlier. We will try to go via a little bit of that right now. But the bottom line is the winners of this game will proceed to the final 8. They'll make up one of 8 of the teams that are in the final 8. And the loser of this will drop down and play the winner of one of the next 8 qualifiers, which will be determined a little later on today. We'll give you a little more detail on that once we get another little break along the way. And see. So I personally haven't seen much of Matthew Blandford. I have seen him a couple of times over the last couple of years, but not frequently, so I don't know too much about this team at all. Reid Carruthers, we all know Reid Carruthers and BJ Neufeld and those guys, and very solid team for sure, with Caitlin Schneider and Connor Negevin on the front end. Lots of rocks early in this one. This is good. I feel like we did a game earlier and was on, it could probably be sheet 1. Looked like we had a little more curl than we had the first part of the week, so might seem the same here. It's very nice if that's the case. It was a little bit on the straight side, but it did have a finish. If you could get the weight right, you get that finish, but it was dead straight for a long while. And then finish, which is not uncommon, but I like to see sometimes a little bit more curl than that. Just what we get used to looking at, I guess. The same as the players. They used to seeing a bunch of curl. They all seem to make adjustments. It's got nice speed. And it doesn't look like there's anything weird going on. So Carruthers looking to clean up the front a little bit here, as he does have hammer. Caitlin Schneider. Caitlin's played all over the map, I think, in terms of position. In front end here, but I think I've seen him play third, and I've obviously seen him skipping his own team, and there's a great shot. If he got the red one goes out, and it will. Wonderful shot from Connor Negevin. You'll see it again here. Kind of got the little hop forward. A lot of teams, a lot of guys, when they try to throw a little harder, take that little jump over with the slider foot. Gives them a little more speed. A triple on the Reds, leaving one Carruthers stone biting the 12-foot and one corner guard. So great shot, great result. Or Blandford, rather, not much choice but to hit this. Try to roll a little bit towards the center. Stay right there's a good shot. See if Carruthers goes around it or if he'll hit it. See lots of toques, lots of sweatshirts, and everything else. Lots of big coats as well out here. I can tell you, though, if there's one team that shouldn't have too much trouble with the temperature, should be Carruthers, because in Winnipeg today it's minus 20, feels like minus 24, whereas Matthew Blandford coming out of Vancouver, where today it is 12 degrees, plus 12 degrees. I think it should be harder for them. Here's Connor Negevin implementing the hop sweep approach. We were just discussing that off air, the merits of it, and these teams, as was told to me, and I think I probably already knew, that they have access to all of the technologies that would tell them whether or not that is an effective method of sweeping, particularly for some people that maybe aren't quite as big. They don't have quite that pressure down on the broom for extended periods. So it would tell me as well that I think that there has to be merit in it, although I find it just hard to kind of accept. It just looks like it wouldn't be that effective, but I saw it with a couple teams earlier this weekend, including one of the Lee's teams, and I tell you, it sure looked like it worked pretty good. Not maybe all the way down the sheet, but Carruthers now going to come around the corner. This is draw number 14. Sponsfield started on Wednesday evening. BJ Neufeld. Yet to never figure out how these Tuckers managed to get the sliding broom out of the way. They do. I guess years and years and years of throwing that way. I always thought BJ was one of the best throwers in the country, to be honest. Sneaks it by and will stay above the tee. That's a great shot. Matthew Blandford looking to maybe follow it down, or does he run the red? Looks like he's going to run the red back. It's Sebastian Robillard playing third on Blandford. Team Blandford. Not going to quite get there, I don't think. And he won't. It almost did at the end. And the unfortunate thing was that he didn't realize that quite early enough. He could have maybe swept it to hold it straighter and rolled it on rather than plug that up a little bit. But apologize for my voice. It's been fighting a cold all week. And I feel better, but my throat doesn't sound any better, so do our best to still be talking at the end of this one. BJ Neufeld now, after just setting up the possible deuce with a great come around, will draw the open side. A little warm, but it'll be fine. May take on the same shot here. They haven't got a lot to work with. Well, I'm assuming he's running the red back, but taking no ice at all. And I'm not even positive which turn he's going to throw, but I got to believe it'll curl a little bit more than that if he's throwing the in-turn. Anyway, we'll see in a minute. Here we go. showing the out turn. So he's planning on being able to hold it there, even back it up touch. He's really close. And immediately make the double. Oh, he didn't quite get out, but what a spectacular attempt at that. That was a great shot. Never mind that, but we'll have another look at this here. Throwing it outside, throwing some weight. Unfortunately, if he had had just a little more weight, he would have made the double, but called perfectly. Makes this Robillard ready to go. Looked almost like it would have enough as it came across, but not quite enough to get it out. Great shot, just the same, by Matthew Blandford. Alan Schneider doing some stretching. So Reid Carruthers now with his first here in the first. Look to hit this and roll away a little bit so he doesn't leave an easy double. If he rolls behind the guard, he'll be behind the tee line. He's going to be behind the tee line no matter what. Might not love that, but Schneider doing the sweeping on this one. Not going to curl enough. It's a good shot, you know. The angle might not be that great for the double, or not as good as some situations, but certainly can make it. If he does make it, he probably does roll pretty close to being behind the red guard. So you're going to play. We don't hear them. We don't have them mic'd or anything like that, but just from a body movement kind of way, Matthew Blandford doesn't have too much to say, it seems. Or doesn't seem to. Or he's just very low-key as far as that goes. Some people are like that too. They just keep it on a nice level playing field. He doesn't like something about this. Okay, gonna take a look. I don't think anything changed. I think they're just probably getting a little clarity on something. Looks like the broom is in the same place it was when he was going to throw it the first time. He's going to make this one too, I think. Well done. Roll behind the guard. Not quite fully buried, but pretty good first end for Matthew Blandford. Have a look at this. After making that really nice shot on the shot before this, he goes down. They just do a great job of sweeping and calling it. Makes the double easily. Sebastian Robillard just thought he might have to sweep that harder, but he didn't. It is gettable for Reid Carruthers, no question. Be a little careful. If you ever just feathered that top one, you might slide it on, but can't think that way. You got to throw it at the broom. So final stone, the first end. Reid Carruthers looking to blank. And he will get it no problem at all. And after one end of play here, the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. You're watching on Curling Stadium. We'll be back right after the break.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So after one end of play, we have a blank and no score. Reid Carruthers had it going for a little while there. Appeared to be en route of getting us two until Matthew Blandford kind of stepped up and saved the day for Team Blandford, making a couple of really nice shots. Goes in the house on his first one, and we'll throw up the guard on the second one. Pretty good shot for lead Matthew Fenton. Carruthers coming right around that one. And this looks pretty good for Connor Negevin. Nice shot. Butte, as they say. Cody Johnson trying to follow that down. He looks a little warm. Doesn't really want to bounce. I've seen that so many times today. The team players have just been that little bit heavy. A couple of feet, and you end up with a totally different situation in the house. So Carruthers now coming right in. This is going to be a fun game, everybody. So hang in there, because it looks like that both teams are going to play a lot of offense. Try to figure out how to clean things up later on, but not early. Alan Schneider, it's again. Alan throwing second stone on this team. It's another one of those teams that you wonder what will happen the next quadrennial after the Brier. Will it be together? Will it be shook up? There's going to be a lot of them that get shaken up. Good shot. So Blandford, after looking at a couple of options here, they go with this intern corner freeze on the yellow. Cody Johnson a little tiny bit heavy again. Exact same shot. Doesn't look too bad because he's got a lot of rocks there, but they're not going to be very helpful, to be honest. It certainly is a nice little catcher's mitt there, though. I've never quite seen, but you don't very often see 5 rocks around in a circle there that are absolutely perfect for throwing one in the middle. It depends on what you want to do. Carruthers still with hammer. He probably doesn't really want to just leave everything there. He'll run the risk of not being shot rock even for a couple of shots. Catlin going down to have a little look, a little chat. No clocks in this event. We have found, to be honest, that no clocks has been a bit of an issue in a few games. I know my game this morning was 2 hours and 40 minutes, and Connor, who's with me here, the game he did was 3 hours. It's too long for 8-inch curling games. So Callan Schneider now. Come in and move a few of these reds, or one of these reds, at least. Connor going hard to get this to curl. Well, that's okay, I think. Problem with this I don't know for who, but let's say the problem for Carruthers' team here is that there's such a pocket in there. If Blandford ever gets one right in on the button, not going to be an easy task to kind of clean it up. Although BJ Neufeld coming up, BJ can throw hits, peels, high hard ones, whatever you want to call them, as well as anybody. Looking for a hit and roll here. Can't really afford to just leave everything because he's got to be running a bit of a risk of giving. Excuse me, giving up too many. This is not going to be good. I don't know if that was a Robillard threw a bad shot there, if the ice wasn't right or what, but hit that completely on the wrong side. Anywhere at all on the inside. Anywhere, like from an inch to 4 inches to just off nose, whatever, would have been fine, but just could not hit it on the outside. Carruthers now sitting 2 in a very good spot. Looking to maybe have BJ come around. Or now they're going to think about a hit. They don't need to hit. So BJ Neufeld. BJ was unemployed as a curler for a little while there. Nice to see when he got back and playing with Reid. He should be playing with somebody somewhere. Schneider. This thin. Yeah, I don't think that helps much, to be honest. I think it's you can make this out turn. I can't see really, but if you can get enough of that yellow, yeah, it's going to be tough, but you might be able to make the out turn double on the yellows. I mean, even if it doesn't quite go, I think you're going to play it anyway. It may not go just because it might jam on the other yellow that's off the 4-foot there. Matthew Blandford studying it hard. Not sure what he's saying here. I figured they had this threat before Sebastian went down the sheet, but okay, here we go. I still think they're playing basically the double on the yellows, and might just not be quite double weight that we used to see. Yeah, so that's kind of what we thought might happen is they did leave the yellow, but that's a good shot. On a negative. Trying to get this by, they will. Good shot, red remains shot rock. A little trouble here for Blandford now. He's only got one red one in out of the 5 that are in the house. 4 of them are yellow. And he doesn't have hammer. 2 rocks each to come. You either way you need to get another rock in there, whether you get it in there somehow drawing or whether you play a hit on this top one, take the one off the 4-foot. Maybe flop behind the guard. I don't know. It depends, I guess, on which way you want to go with it. I don't know if it'll jam. That's the only thing for me. I don't think it'll jam if you hit it full enough. Jam on your own, to me. So Matthew Blandford had a great first end. Looks like he's going to need to have just as good second end to avoid being in much trouble. First on the way. Definitely playing the double on the yellows. Yeah. Not perfect, but I'm not 100% sure where exactly he was trying to hit that. So BJ and Reid now talking it over. One thing about it, I think this is a part of the game that Reid's very, very good at. When I've heard him as a coach or I've heard him as a player, looking at what's there and what's left and what you're leaving, I just always like what he has to say. Is he right every time? Probably not. Nobody is, but I think they're looking at basically freezing to the yellow, which you put 2 of them on the button pretty much. We're about to find out. Definitely looks like a draw, first of all. And you do want to freeze right on it. Freeze right straight on it, basically. Just be a little tiny bit slightly off to the, well, on the overhead, slightly off on the right-hand side would be okay. But By slightly, I'm talking not even off the center line, just an inch or so off center. Off nose. This would be a way to put it. So Reid Carruthers with his first here in the second end, coming off a blank in end number 1. Thinking he's a little light. Obviously, the sweepers have been on that since the second he threw it. Don't think he's going to get there. But he might yet. Man, there's a heck of a sweeping job, that. Alan Schneider and Connor Negavan did a number to get that where he got that. Holy smokes. You're going to see this coming down. There's not really much happening. All we're doing is just watching the sweep because that's impressive. I thought it was dead about there, about that second logo of Westland Insurance. I just thought there's no way that's going to get there. But it did. So well done. Callan's taking his coat off now. That was a pretty... The boys are at the back kind of smiling. Callan's on a lifelong lead, or second. He's had to adjust to that. That's a big adjustment when you're a back-end player. All of a sudden you decide to play front end, or it gets decided because it's the spots that were open. A tough situation for Team Blandford because he just doesn't have a lot to work with here. If he comes around to the yellow, he's not going to get either one of them out with any kind of weight, so that's not going to work. He probably could scoot through the hole and pick the top yellow off. That's about it. Just doesn't want to drop a 3-hander here. Doesn't really want to give up 2, which I understand, but definitely doesn't want to drop 3. Gonna be hard pressed to get rid of both yellows for sure. The other problem is that if you aren't careful, possible that all the reds go, and then that brings that yellow at the back of the 12-foot in, which you don't really want to have that either. So looks like they're going to basically play like a very thin in off, I think. Well, I don't know if Blandford's convinced yet, but Sebastian figures it's a good chance of it working. It is also possible there. Okay, they're showing indicating there. So well, maybe not. I think he's throwing a really hard one through that port. Maybe it wicks off the red. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, you get rid of at least the one yellow. You might get rid of all your reds too. That's the only thing. But he can't do anything with soft weight to make any difference. He's going to give up 2 for sure. And leave a draw to the little better than full 4-foot. It's a long conversation for this early in the game, but at the same time, it's a big moment in the game. 3s are huge in this event. And come back. Not sure why yet. Normally I would like to see something light played that's light here or lighter. But right now, if I'm him, I'm thinking I just got to make sure I get out of this with 2. I'm giving up 2. So it looks like a very difficult shot. That was a perfect shot, call, and throw for Reid Carruthers. Boy, they're having a hard time committing to anything here. Not anything, this particular shot. Understandable, but see how they get along. I think this will be coming with some heat. That's what I do think. Even that, I'm not sure. I guess not. Nope. If he's playing just an in-off, he has to have enough weight to move that yellow rock out to be number 3. I have no idea what that shot was, why they played it, or how they were supposed to be playing it. I just don't get it. I don't even know if it had enough weight. If he hits it really, really thin, he's going to affect the rocks on the button at all. Might have been able to be, but Sebastian Robillard does not seem real happy at the moment. Reid Carruthers with a draw to the 4-foot for 3. Matthew Blandford trying to explain maybe the why. I don't know. We're just hypothesizing here. So Reid Carruthers now, as I said, draw for 3. Big 3 right out of the gate in number 2. Be a great start. This is probably going to be fine. But you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's, let's have a look here. Nope, it's 3 yellow rather. So Reid Carruthers with a big 3-ender in end number 2 here. Take a 3-0 lead after 2 ends of play. You're watching on Curling Stadium. We'll be back right after the break.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting 10-fold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
So we're back. Carruthers sitting on a 3-0 lead now, playing the third end in this first playoff round for the RBC Dominion's Securities Western Showdown. Looking to seal up a spot in the final 8. Coming right in with this. A little light. Yeah, not the best result, but Connor's the husband of Selena Negavan, Caitlin Law's team. Also coaches them, I think, a lot of the time, but maybe not right now. Carve this past the yellow. And they'll get by that. Just need to get to the 8 foot maybe. Don't have to get to the 8 foot, but okay, there we go. Carruthers can't really do much about the corner guard yet, so I'm going to try to come in and rub the red out of the way a little bit. There's a little more room sometimes than it appears to us, just because of the camera angles and whatnot. So probably has enough room to get by the guard and make this shot. Did he get enough? Looks like he will not get enough to get it right out. May or may not be a factor later, but it's never bad to have it there if you're Team Blandford. Same shot here. I'd like to get just a little more buried. That probably just means they have to go a little further. It's not going to work. Pretty much had to throw that one a little wide, I think. Certainly wasn't heavy. So it gives Carruthers a chance to get rid of this one rock, the one red rock that's in the house, out in the 12 foot. Get this, try to roll in behind all that stuff. Don't really want to roll too far. Well, it will. They'll take it further now if they can. It's not going to hurt him. So Blandford now will look to try to get rid of as much as he can, I guess. Hit this just a hair off nose, make the 2 at the top. Maybe if you hit the second one thin enough, it goes back, takes something out of the back. Gonna get the 2 for sure. That's a good throw. Did get one on the ring, so that's about the best he could do. So down to BJ Neufeld's shots. good shot. Kind of a roll that would have preferred either to get a little bit behind the center guard or just not roll that far, because it did make the hit and roll for Team Blandford probably a lot easier. Only has to roll a little more than a rock, so probably 15, 16 inches and he'll be fully buried. I don't know if it's ever going to curl enough to do that, but maybe. Yep. This looks very good. Very good. Don't go too far. Nice shot by Sebastian Robillard. He'll be happy. Happier. Not a real long run back for BJ. Looks like they're going to take it on. Three nothing lead. Makes perfect sense to go after this. From the out turn. And he's going to be really close. Ooh, did manage to stay at the back, though. Again, I don't know if they'll ever bring it into play, but it's there. And if you ever had a chance to play the double at the back on the yellows, you can probably make the double and miss that red one. So we'll see. That'll be a shot or two away yet. Sebastian Robillard now will be asked to play a draw around the yellow. Then you probably see Carruthers play the exact same run back. Guys not doing much on this. And waiting. They can only wait so long, though. I think the line's getting better. There you go until you vary. Yeah, good shot. It could have maybe been a tiny little bit better, but it looks like they'll probably play the run back anyway. Maybe. I felt like they could have buried that. They didn't have to really worry about. Didn't have to worry about somebody freezing to it or something because you went too deep. So Carruthers is not going to go with the run back. He's actually going to go with the pick or lightweight hit here. Seen enough curl to feel like he can make this pretty comfortably. Reid Carruthers now attempting to remove the Team Blandford red stone. Just peeking out a little bit. No trouble here. Wow, almost could get to the nose. So I guess the question is whether or not you think you can bring that back one into play. And you play this right on the nose. You could do that. Play it a couple different ways. Play it on the nose. You probably don't. You get the one in the 4-foot and the one at the back of the 12-foot, and you probably don't move the middle yellow one in the wrong place. In other words, in front of yours to be in the way of you getting it out after. Matthew's going to need a good one here. Really doesn't want to have to just score one. He's not in real big trouble. Problem is he's also not looking real good for two yet, so. Well, he's got this where he wants, but it's going to take out his other red. I assume that that's not where they wanted to hit that, just because although they seemed to look at that at one point, but I didn't think they could do anything but jam that back one. So Carruthers now, chance to remove the red and force to one, potentially force to one. It sure looks like it's an easy in-turn through the hole, but I don't know if it's quite as easy as it looks on the view that we're looking at right now. So I'm saying he's going to go out turn. If we ever to roll out here, it would be good for Blandford. It would give him a chance to blank. If he rolls perfectly behind that center guard, it's going to be a tough score. Carruthers, his final rock in the third end. Connor Negevin working hard. He's going to maybe get the guard. No, he just got by. Very fortunate to have gotten by. That rock curled a lot for that much weight. Might have been a touch tight, but man, I didn't think he was going to ever be anywhere near that. If he was going to be near a guard, it was going to be the other one. So Blandford now will look to blank this. Take hammer to the next end. See if he can manufacture his two in the fourth end. Has to be sure to blank it, though. Definitely doesn't want to hit it on the nose. He'll throw lots of weight. Just a little clean. There you go, no problem at all. Matthew Blandford will blank the third end and retain hammer as we go to the fourth, right after the break.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
So back for end four. We're at the Swift Current Curling Club in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, where it is about minus 25 degrees. So wherever you are, chances are it's warmer than that, and you should be very happy. It's about 0 here in my neck of the woods, and Even that feels cold today. So Connor Negavan going deeper than he would have liked on his first one. Corner guard going up for Blandford. Reid's going to be looking for this one to be above the tee line somewhere. But it may slide right back beside the other one. Well, not quite back there, but I think Connor will be super happy. Both those rocks, one for sure, and really pretty much both of them are more beneficial to Team Blandford than they are to Team Carruthers. Another corner guard going up for Blandford. Don't want to slide in. You do not want to slide in. And it stopped. That's flirting with a not good result there, but it managed to work, so it's in a good spot. Two corner guards. And Team Carruthers rocks not being where you want them to be if you're trying to, normally you see this and you've got the corner to go top 4 or somewhere top button. Corner guard goes up, you go top 8. Other corner guard goes up, you go maybe top 12 or even just a very tight guard. None of that has happened in this end so far for Carruthers. Carruthers, the whole squad tending to be heavy here. That is a lot of rocks to work with for Blandford back there. None of those are going to hurt him any. So going around, there's even, you get to go around and have a backer to freeze on, maybe make it much more difficult for Carruthers to remove it. Well, it didn't quite get to where they were going. Still going to be okay, though. There's a pretty good wall back there. Really tough to remove that without jamming it. He wouldn't care if he drove it back on the yellow on the right. Or he's going to pick it that way. Going to peel the corner. Probably a better choice, to be honest. Callan Schneider now. He has to get rid of one of these corners. And he will. Good shot for Callan. Might be a little early for something like that. Playing the split here, trying to roll both reds on. Got no guards to work with. The only saving grace actually is all of the Carruthers stones that are at the back of the house. Which is a big saving grace, to be honest. You're going to be able to probably manufacture at least a 2 here with just using those stones. Looks like they'll get the split. They don't hit it too hard. That's very good. Well, kind of good. Well, they might be able to make the double now on the 2 reds. Not that one, but the other 2. Oh, he's going to look at this. Okay. DJ Neufeld, probably no stranger to shots like this. He's playing their cross house almost double. At the very least, roll it into the pile again. He's trying to hit this one and then get the one that's on the button or biting the button. That's the plan. Connor going pretty hard. Don't need to hit a lot of this, less than half. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. Not surprised at all to see BJ make that, to be honest. Just makes so many big shots like that. I think that's the right idea. I think that you do move the red. One of them's going to be able to be removed pretty easily. You can't help it. But if you bump this one back into that area, almost in the not totally, but almost in the crotch between the 2 yellows, where there's the gap there that you see, and then the shooter rolls a little bit to the left side. Or you could just bump it straight back. I think the draw is a hard shot. So they're playing a little bit of a move it around kind of shot. Going to move that red one around a little bit. I don't know exactly what their plan and where it's going to go, but it's going to be some sort of tap and roll there. So Sebastian Robillard. They're indicating this is light. If it's light, they better go. I don't think there's a lot good about being light. Yeah, that's okay. I think if I was going to think for me, at least, I would have probably let it come up, and it's going to be there. I might as well just bump it straight back. But I thought he was getting a little more split too than that. But anyway, PJ will probably play the other double, the double on the 8-foot, and this one over here that Reid obviously heard me just talking about. So here we go again. Second cross. They're not really cross outs, but they're close. They're 6 foot apart doubles. So BJ's going to attempt another one. And he'll make this one too. They aren't quite as easy as he's making those look, but basically almost freezing to his own here, I think. Okay, I guess he's going to show us right now. Right there, I think. Yeah, that's might be okay. I know the red one will jam if you put it where you put it there and they go after it. The red one will jam on that yellow on the right. The problem is that depending on how it jams, it may just come out and go behind the yellows that are at the back of the forefoot there. So we'll see. So it needs to curl a little, but it'd be a little bit warm, but I think it's going to be fine. Good shot. It's so hard to manufacture something this way. I mean, it's better than having nothing to work with back there, but obviously the one red can go. He'll lose the yellow, but that doesn't really matter. He doesn't really care if he loses any yellows right now, or all the yellows, as long as he doesn't give up well, he doesn't want to give up 3. He won't give up 3, but he'd rather not give up 2. Might have to settle for that, though. I don't know that I see a way to get rid of both reds. So not exactly what Blandford wanted, but not too bad. So Reid probably figures he has pretty easy time getting rid of the shot stone. Just trying to figure out exactly. I think he gets rid of both. Probably if he hits us a little bit thin, but maybe he doesn't get rid of the other red, which might leave a shot for 2. I don't think he's going to have any shot for 2 no matter what happens here. Reid Carruthers, final rock in the fourth. Holding a 3-0 lead. Looking to limit the damage here to a single. Great shot, as we said. He could definitely get rid of both. If he hit that little thing, you're going to have a look at this again, and this is actually thrown totally perfect. Hit this in the perfect spot. Kallensteiner on it. Going hard, but just need to hit about an inch of it, and they will. Bang, bang, gone. Very nice throw. Reid Carruthers having a great game so far. Blandford now forced to take one. We'll play the draw. And this looks fine. We go to the back one. Matthew Blandford will pick up his first point in this game. Go to the break. Well, there's no break. Go to the fifth end. Trailing 3-1 without hammer. So an uphill battle for sure, but they're in the game. We'll be back right after the break.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Traditionally getting, I'll tell you after. So back for end 5. Blandford did bite into the Carruthers lead slightly there, but only because he had to. Reid made their team Carruthers there made 1, 2, 3, at least 3 doubles in that end. It hardly seemed like Blandford should have been forced to one, but he was. And now we'll have to struggle hard to get back in this. This is going to be really close to being in. Well, the second one today that they've thrown about an inch from the house. 2 inches probably for that one. Connor Negevin. Second. Can't hit anything yet, so we will have him go around. Nice throw for Connor. 2 good shots. That's much better. Last end was not his best end. Not that he radically missed shots, but certainly both ended up behind the tee line, which he was not looking forward to. So Cody Johnson will have to come in on top of that stuff. Could be a challenge. Those rocks are in very good position. This one's curling pretty hard. He's going to hit the guard. It's not helpful. I don't know if he kind of rolled it over a little bit. Almost seems like he must have. Dice does a nicer curl today at least, but certainly not that much curl. This is going to eliminate the better of the 2 guards. Connor working hard. With the hopscotch going pretty good. He's going to be making that fine. Well done. Good throw. Good sweep. And even going to save that probably. And it will. So not a great looking start for Team Blandford here, but it is early. We've only 3 rocks in. He's going to throw an actual hit at this. I didn't know what he was going to throw here, but he is. Well, got rid of one, but Reid might not even take the guard off, and he's not going to. He just feels like there's enough there. That guard is so long that it's not even really a guard. That didn't work so good either. Worked much better for Team Blandford. All of a sudden they have a guard. It's not theirs, but they have a guard. That is theirs, actually. So a little hope now from in an end that started looked very quickly like there wasn't going to be any hope. Robillard would be his first here. Jumping this right away. You have to sort of assume that he's a little bit light. Sweeper hasn't really even lifted his head yet, so it looks like he's going to be okay. Will they get it far enough? Really like to be right on the yellow. Tell you, that was a great sweeping job. BJ will be asked to peel the guard. No problem with that. Well, fortunately that guard doesn't really do very much. Might be good enough that Reid has to peel it off, though, just because it's on at least the right side of that red stone, and he'll go ahead and peel that off. So I shouldn't have been quite so critical of that. There you go. At some point, Blandford will have to make a bit of a move here if he wants to have shot rock, because he does not have that yet. So I think he'll throw this one back up again. They'll peel it off again. And then you'll play a little tiny, well, it might not be tiny. They'll play a tap red on the yellow. Probably will play it to remove the yellow. You get right to the nose of the red, it might be very difficult for Reid to make the double, or you don't even try to do that. You hit it and roll away from it, so you sit 2. We'll see. Unlike the first one, this one might be a tiny little bit warm. I think it's going to be fine. Don't want to go too much further. Very good. It's a good shot. And right away, Reid goes out to play the peel. Nothing fancy about this, straight peel. Not trying to get another rock in the house or anything like that. It's just a matter of getting rid of this one. Rolling away. Oof, not going to get it by much. It's actually a little tiny bit of a break for Team Blandford, to be honest, because before, if they played this just kind of on the nose and sort of sit right there and everything like that, if it was a little bit off center and Reid could make the double, then he would score 2 because that little biter would have counted. I don't know that you can afford to do that they're indicating there. I'm not sure. Maybe. If you did, and as long as you lined it up right, as long as you got the line right, you just bump this to the back of the forefoot. That might work out okay. So if you play this with the way he's going to play this, he's basically playing to give up 1 and not really score. And that's fair because it's not an easy situation to score anyway. And if you play the little tap, you tap it a foot too far, leave Reid a double. The double could be for 2, which probably doesn't end the game in the sense they're not probably going to quit, but pretty near ends the game at 5-1, going to end number 6. Ooh, gonna hit enough of it. They will. Good shot. I think they were hoping to stay maybe a little closer together than that, just to have a little bit more of the forefoot, but nothing wrong with that. Reid has to hit this and take his single. His nose hit probably gets it, I guess, yeah. Well, yeah, nose hit will get him. Shot rock can't hit it all on the outside, though. If you do, you're giving up one. So on its way here. Threw this a lot lighter than I expected. Not that that's a problem. Actually going to be a great shot. Very nice control, nice wave control. Good call for Reid. And we will finish 5 ends with Reid Carruthers leading Matthew Blandford by a score of 4-1. Here at the Swift Current Curling Club, you're watching on Curling Stadium. We'll be back right after the break.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So we're back, and with 3 ends to go, sorry. Blandford has some work to do, but to be honest, they haven't showed that they can score a couple yet, but at the same time, if they can pull out a 2 here, at least a 2 here, they can be right in this. 2 would get you to 4-3 if you can force Carruthers and 7 to a single. Get a couple coming home and see what happens to the extra end. Got to have the curler's math work for you, but you're not out of it, which is good. Carruthers employing a little bit of a strategy we do see occasionally now. where you draw sort of around the corner guard, but not completely around the corner guard. Take that corner guard away from the opposition, the team that threw it up there in the first place. Doesn't really affect Blandford much right now because he's going to throw another corner guard. Carruthers unable to hit the corners yet. Will opt to do the similar tact on this side of the sheet. Not really looking to get buried around the corner, just kind of trying to take the corner away a little bit. This one's going to get a little bit buried though. So 2 very good shots there. One by Connor Negevin and one by Callan Schneider. See the difficulty causes because they're both above the tee line and both are in spots that they have to move. They have to move them to be able to use that corner guard. This one doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of weight on it. Of course, I'm not really trying to throw much weight. It's a good shot. It's going to be able to be removed, but at the same time, can't do anything else. You can't go through that rock. Carruthers now will ask Callan to remove that rock. Well, that created a little bit more space around that corner, but you can see the problem. The problem is that you have to, Blandford more or less had to waste a shot just to get to that spot. Trying to get to the inside now a little bit. You got a hair more curl. That's a great shot. Really nice shot. Nice job by Matthew Fenton to kind of swap around there and move that one over. And a good shot by Cody Johnson. So good team shot. Some nice shots here by Team Blandford. PJ Neufeld can chase it. He didn't get all the way around, but still. So Blandford now faced with the decision of whether or not to ignore those rocks and go around the corner. That would be the case for sure earlier on. As the end moves along, it gets a little bit more of a challenge. Gets to be a little bit more of a challenge. Robillard and Blandford don't seem to be on the same page a fair bit, to be honest, but looks like they've settled on something here. Throwing a normal hit here. I think trying to hit it right on the nose to stay right in front of the yellow. Well done. Might see Reid blast it out. Certainly got the player that can do that. BJ Neufeld bringing a little bit of heat here. Well, he's going to just actually pick it out. That was amazing. I don't even know if they were planning on doing that. Reid indicated there's about 2 inches between the two. Gonna have another look here. No shock that BJ made this. I just a bit surprised that he left his own there. But I'm sure that they were thinking that. I'm just not sure they thought it was going to be an option. Very nicely done. So time to use one of these corners. Now, if there's only one yellow really to worry about, the one at the back is not going to be a problem. If it's a problem, it's because you're going to be already out of this game. Normally going to the back yellow would not necessarily be an option, but rolling out is not a great option either. So Robillard shouldn't be happy with that. Good news for Team Robillard right now is that, not Team Robillard, Team Blandford right now is that they will live to play another day, even if they lose this game. Not saying they will, but they sure don't look like they're on the road to victory here right now. So Reid Carruthers, who's had a great day, playing very well. Throwing a little guard on this one. Not going to even bother with that, peeling those corners, because it doesn't make sense if he peels one. Blandford's coming around the other one, so you might as well go ahead and guard this up. Yeah, very nicely done. Probably could use maybe another 1 inch of curl. Not much choice here, I don't think, for Matthew Blandford. I think he has to draw right where Sebastian has his broom there. And then hope somehow or other that Reid gives him an opportunity to use it. Matthew Blandford looking to freeze to the shot stone, and the only stone that's in the house. by the guard. Now he doesn't want to bounce off. That's perfect. Very nice throw. Will he get to use it? No, but it was a very nice throw. Now, no matter what Reid does, he should have one of those two angle slashes in for a couple. Neither one very easy, and neither one super likely of working, but they are makeable. We see these guys make these shots all the time. It continues to amaze me, actually, how many times they will make an angle raise takeout like that. And most of the time, they don't just throw it and hope they hit something in the house. They're throwing it with precision, which amazes me even more. In this case, Reid looks like he's going to try to throw it to the 8-foot in front of that red one. So right there, trying to take as much of both those shots away as he can. And if they do happen to make it, try to be in a position that you still manage to be number 2. Good shot, but I think there's a shot for 2, and I don't even know for sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you can take that shot and just play for 1. So he's got that angle raise slash, angle slash, whatever you want to call it, to the yellow for 2. Right on the nose, gets it. I wonder, although I don't know if they could, but I wonder whether or not he could get enough curl on the out turn coming around that guard and tap out the yellow. Maybe. They're not really looking at it, so they don't like it. So basically putting caution to the wind here. If you were down 1 or something like that, you're probably playing the yellow, red, yellow for a single. But you're down 3. If you play that, you're down 2, playing 7 without the hammer. It's not a great situation. If you miss this, you're going to be down 5-1, but so be it. Final rock of the 6th end. It's close. Oh no, he's going to get the wrong one. So too bad. Nice throw. Had a good opportunity. And does give up a steal 1. Carruthers will steal 1 in the 6th end. And trail. Blandford will trail by 5-1 with hammer playing 7.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
So we're back, oh, excuse me, sorry, we're back for the 7th end. Wasn't sure Blandford and the boys would take this end on, but probably or possibly the last game for the day for them, so why not play a couple more ends. Working on a few things. A nice attempt there by Matthew Blandford. He was so close to making that. This is so hard to get that angle right. He ends up taking his zone out. Fortunately, at least his zone wasn't shot rocket initially. That would have been completely devastating. I'll give you a little rundown on scores from this draw here in a minute. Matthew Fenton. Stack corners. So we're going to go across the board here in a minute. And we've got Ross White and, well, we'll back up a little bit. Kate Cameron and Gray Withers. Can't see it. Looks like it's a 2-2 tie after 5. I guess we can't see enough of it. And then we've got White and Laycock with a 2-2 tie after 5. And the next sheet is Kang leading Wang 7-2, and that game might be over. Don't see anybody there. And we got Sturmey ahead of Wayno 3-1 after 5 again. Our game we know about. And the final game on sheet 6, which is McMillan leading Kitazawa 5-1 or 2. Looks like 2. So she leads 5-2 after 5 as well. So you're up to date. Reminder, all the scores, all end by end, and rarely have to wait more than a few seconds. Available on www.curlingzone.com. You can also link from there. You can check the line scores. You can link from there to the YouTube page of the broadcast, which you may already know since you're here. And we thank you for being here. That's why we do it. If you haven't happened to been able to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, we'd appreciate if you'd do that as well, as it helps us out and it keeps you informed. And you get to chat a little bit if you like to be part of the chat, which is always fun for people, so check it out. We've got 2 more draws today and then all day tomorrow. Okay. So they got around the stack cards pretty nicely with the one at the back of just behind the tee line. Gonna try that again. Thanks Connor Dew for that pan of the scoreboards. Well done. Nice curling club here. 6 sheets. I haven't been down to I'm actually outside of Halifax, and I haven't been to the new Mayflower Curling Club yet. But it was also 6 sheets. I pictured looking very similar to this, actually. I've only seen pictures of the ice shed part of it. So we're going to go with the out turn, come around, corner freeze by Cody Johnson. Blandford trying to find a way. Really needs to get more than one. Needs to probably get more than 2, but needs to at least make sure he gets 2. He still would have to steal 2 in the last end, which should be tough. But what the heck? You're out here playing. This is going to be really a little bit short. But so Reid plays there. He could make this if he's looking at red. Could make this double with those 2. That's the shot I thought I'd see him be calling, but he didn't seem to be too interested in that. That's a good thought. Looks like he figured, well, if it ever went wrong, we could hit it, jam, roll it over. Could happen with this too, but probably a little less likely. So BJ Neufeld looking to eliminate stones here. Hopefully a couple, he figures. Really close. Is that any good? He even moved his other one in closer to the 4-foot. Great shot. Haven't had another look at it. BJ down where he always is. He almost needs to wear eye protection down there. Going to hit about a half a rock. Catch the top of that and over. And as I mentioned, he also managed to tap the red-yellow in a little bit with the shooter. So, great shot. Corner guard still there, though, for Blandford. Yeah, that's not good. I'm going to see a little bit more, probably how hard BJ can actually throw it. Okay, this is very different than I thought I'd see. So I'm not quite sure what his intention is here. It looks like I would have thought he was playing the other side, and I thought he'd throw it hard and get rid of both. Yeah, Reds, I don't think you can get rid of both going this way unless you cross the face, which maybe. Or you do that. That's why I don't play this game anymore at the highest levels, because I just don't see some of these shots that they play. I'm not sure. I don't even know if that's what they were playing, but I wouldn't doubt it. Back end on Team Carruthers has had a day. Actually, the whole team's played pretty darn well today. And must be playing pretty darn well all week, because they are, as I mentioned, they were 3-0 coming into this game. Sebastian Robillard. His second shot here in the 7th end with not really anything to work with. I think he was trying to come around that, and that's not going to happen. Just going to hit that tiny little bit, and it will disappear. There that one goes. Well, very interesting. I always thought Sebastian Robillard was from Quebec. Turns out he's actually, ironically, born in Sussex, New Brunswick, but has played out of 3 different associates, played out of Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia. Matthew Blandford now trying to find a way to get 2 and push this game to the 8th end with some realistic chance of tying it up in 8. Getting 1 here would probably not do that. They might play it out, but you're not likely to steal 3. You have a hard time stealing 3 in a club curling. You're going to have a really hard time stealing 3 here. So Reid won't have too much trouble getting rid of this. Just a matter of what he wants to leave around when he's done. I shouldn't say what, but where. Final rock for Reid Carruthers here in 7. Looking to remove the one and only red stone in the rings and make sure that Matthew Blandford does not score more than a single here in 7. He'd probably prefer not to lose his back one. Connor Negavan going hard. He's okay. Very nicely done. Should be no surprise. Not exactly sure what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to figure out how they can blank. And it is there, possibly, I guess. You hit it hard on the outside, maybe about a half a rock. Maybe a touch more than that. Somewhere around a half a rock. It comes in. It's the yellow that's in full 8 foot. Hits it like, whatever, half of it. That one rolls out. The one that's the 8 foot goes over, hits the one in the 4 foot. When the 4 foot goes out, and then with a little luck, the one in the 8 foot will slide out the back as well. Be cool if he makes it. Let's hope he does. Didn't know if he's going to let it go there for a minute. Not quite going to make it, but closer than some would get. So I don't know how many they got there. Looks like they still got another couple. So that will conclude this one. Reid Carruthers now punches his way to the final 8. And Team Blandford will live to play another day. They will play a winner from the lower 8 teams, the 8 teams that are below this group, sometime tomorrow, probably. So for myself and Connor Sims on production and cameras and all that good stuff, we will say good night for now. We have 2 more draws today. Be sure to look them up. And there's going to be commentary all over the place, so enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm done for the day, and we will see you again tomorrow.